हेलो डियर फ्रेंड्स, बिजनेस हेल्पलाइन चैनल को आपण मान को बहुत बहुत स्वागत। आज आम देखा 1 नवेम्बर रु 10 नवेम्बर पर्यंत बेस्ट करंट अफेयर्स ऑल कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जाम्स जमती आपनकर एसएससी रेलवे ओपीएससी ओएसएससी ओट्रिपल टीचिंग जेकोसी एग्जाम पे आपन को हेल्पफुल रहिबो। किंतु आज कौन ना वॉइस बहुत प्रॉब्लम अच्छी टिके बेसी जोर रे माने करि परिबेनी जे ट्राई करूँ बट कौन ना जेहेतु मत ना 50 बनवार अच्छी आपंकर 20 गोटे सरप्राइज अच्छी सरप्राइज भी रिविल कर दूसरी 20 आपंकर ये जो मेटेरियल अच्छी कौन आपंकर कैप्सूल जोटा बाहर 2025 नुआ बुक ये 6 जगह बुक को कवर करार अच्छे मत पीपीटी बनवा कहीं ना कम चलती तेणु यही जो 10 डेज करंट अफेयर जोटा रोचे से मुझे है मेमोरीज जो हम चेष्टा करी बाकी रहा आपणकर कौन कहले जो परीक्षा किसी पाखे आसो मुझे सब मेमोनिक्स थी इम्पोर्टाट मेमोनिक्स थी जोटा मन रखा योग्य होता जोटा बहुत इम्पोर्टाट थी परीक्षा डामश्योर पढ़ला भाया से आप कहीदेवी है खाली आप जाणी रखु कौन कौन करंट अफेयर है चलो स्टार्ट करिया। प्रथम क्वेश्चन व्हिच स्टेट गवर्नमेंट लॉन्च्ड द सेकंड फेज ऑफ द चीफ मिनिस्टर्स पिलग्रिमेज स्कीम सेटा होची पंजाब है ये केमती मन रखिए देखो पिलग्रिमेज है पिलग्रिमेज होची कोन आपनकर तीर्थयात्री तेणु यार इंग्लीश होची पी रो आरंभ तेणु पी पर पंजाब पी पर पिलग्रिमेज मन रख परिबे। नेक्स्ट फ्रॉम वेयर विल इंडियाज हाईएस्ट कम्युनिकेशन सैटेलाइट CMS 03 विल बी लॉन्च्ड ऑन 2 नवंबर 2025 एटा होची आपनकर श्रीहरिकोटा देमकिन मन रखिबे देखंतु CMS चीफ मिनिस्टर्स है चीफ मिनिस्टर एस पर होची स्पेशल चीफ मिनिस्टर है स्पेशल चीफ मिनिस्टर तेणु एस जदि अच्छे ना आप देखिदेवे से श्रीहरिकोटा को होता सतीश धवन स्पेस सेंटर है एस मन रखिदे आप ऑटोमेटिक श्रीहरिकोटा को आखि पड़ेब। नेक्स्ट where was the first regional meeting of urban development minister of southern state and UTs held Bangalore रही who was honored as the top agri food pioneer by 2025 by the World Food Prize फाउंडेशन से होचन चीफ संजीव कुमार एटा मन रखिदा आपण रणवीर बरार भी अच्छे से बहुत भल ये ऋतुलाल मियाँ अच्छे विकास खन्ना भी अच्छे बट ये जेहेतु 2025 सान बेलू मु कौन सान बेलू माने आप 90s भी कथा कहतु कि आपणकर 2000 कथा भी कहतु आप मैक्सिमम टाइम देखिए संजीव कपूर ये सब फूड ऑर्गेनाइजेशन करती आ प्राइज भी पाते है मैक्सिमम है मैक्सिमम टू मैक्सिमम संजीव कपूर ही था ऑप्शन को आखि बुझी मारे। नेक्स्ट इन व्हिच कंट्री डिड द वर्ल्ड्स ओल्डेस्ट प्रेसिडेंट पाउल भैया assume office of the 8 time से होची कैमेरन रो से होचनी कोन ओल्डेस्ट प्रेसिडेंट। ओके नेक्स्ट आसले who was appointed chairperson of the 8 central pay commission कोन रंजना देसाई मन रखिबे अच्छा एटा किन मन रखिबे आपण कोन कोन लिखि जे ना पे कमीशन पे ला देखो दो पे माने होची कोन प्राप्य है प्राप्य रंजना है अच्छा आपणकर धन अर्जन करवा है अर्जन है ना कौन धन आहरण करवा है ताले सेठी सेंट्रल पे जो अर्जन करवा से रंजना ही थे है अर्जन करवा अर्जन करने रंजना ही रही तेणु देसाई रंजना देसाई। ओके नेक्स्ट फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर निर्मला सीतारमण will visit which country from 30th October to 2nd November 2026 भूटान जीवे मन रखा पड़ेगा। Where did the Union Agriculture Minister launch the National FPO Conclave 2025 Delhi। Okay next which company recently became the world first to reach the market value of $5 trillion Nvidia SEBI has proposed geo-tagging rule exemptions for which category? NRIs, non-resident industry. Which state police launched the cyber jaco program for students in government school? at पंजाब पुलिस करछि। ମୁଁ ଆପଣଙ୍କୁ ଗୋଟେ ଟେକ୍ନିକ୍ କହିଥିଲି मैक्सिमम जिनस गोटे गोटे वीक्रे से हाइलाइटेड था। एवं पंजाब अच्छी पूर्व था तेलंगाना, ता पूर्व था केरला है मन रखिले आइडिया करके मंथ है जिनस आप मन रखिपारे। नेक्स्ट, वेयर वाज द थर्ड एडिशन ऑफ प्रवासी परिचय organized by the Indian Embassy from 20 October to 3 November, Saudi Arabia. Next, which state archaeologist Professor Ravindra Kori Settar was selected for a Rajyotsava award? So the Karnataka. Okay, एटी मन रखे आपण सी तांकर ये पाइछंती कारी सेट्टार जो लिखा है के पर कर्नाटक मन रखिथे हला। नेक्स्ट, sorry, where was the Adarsh Yuva Grama Sabha initiative launched recently? New Delhi, प्राय तो न्यू दिल्ली न रही, न्यू दिल्ली में न्यूज रहउछि हला। NVIDIA recently unveiled an AI chip order worth how many $billion? Around $500 billion. How many crime cases were registered in India 2023? 6.2 per million. What is the denomination of special commemorative coin used for Sardar Vallabh Patel's 150th birth anniversary? 150 rupees. How many crore tons of cargo were handled through the India's major port by Peninsula 2024-25? 85.5 crore. What is India's rank in the global pharmaceutical industry in terms of production value? 14. Which Indian city was recently recognized as a UNESCO Creative City of Gastronomy? आज लखनऊ देखो गैस एना गैस जो है गैस्ट्रोनोमी दीजिए आपण को गैस अच्छी तेणु गैस हूँ गैसटा जोड़ा आपणकर अच्छी है आपण से कौन जो आप गैस यूज करटा हूँ गोटे कौन आपणकर नाव आप जोड़ा घर यूज कर सिलिंडर से गोटे कौन एवं यूज कर नाव तेणु से सब चलिए लक थी अच्छे लखनऊ गैस है। नेक्स्ट, what is India's current global honey exporting rank? Second, how many Guinness World Record has been achieved under the Healthy Women Strong Families campaign? 3, where was the 8th regional consultation marketing on facility in R&D held? Thiruvananthapuram. Which country successfully launched the Shenzhou 21 crewed spacecraft recently? China. Who is celebrating the Tribal Pride Year fortnight from November 1 to 15, 2025? Minister of Tribal Affairs. India's shipbuilding development scheme provides support to shipbuilding cluster with an outlay of approximately how many crore rupees? 20,000 crore rupees. The National Electronics Policy 2029 aims to achieve the revenue of $400 billion by which year? 2025. Currently, how many mobile subscribers are there in India? 1.2 billion. Where will India host 3 major international maritime events in February 2026? Visakhapatnam. Who launched the Indian Navy GSAT-7R CMS 0.3 communication satellite? Second number ISRO करतेला. Okay. How many tons of natural honey worth $177.55 million did India export financial 2024? 1.7 lakh metric tons. Who won the ICC Women's ODI World Cup? India, defeated by South Africa by 52 runs. Who was named player of the match and player of the series in the 2025 Women ODI World Cup Final सी होचन प्लेयर ऑफ द मैच होचन शेफाली वर्मा प्लेयर ऑफ द सीरीज होचन दीप्ति शर्मा हला सी होचन शेफाली होचन दीप्ति ओके सी होचन वर्मा ये होचन शर्मा याको भी चेंज कर दे पारे ऑप्शन दे मन क्लिक करिवे which prominent New Zealand cricketer recently announced his retirement from T20 international Kane Wilson okay तो फैसला which advanced communication satellite India's highest to date did in ISRO launch for the Indian Navy on November 2nd 2025 সেটা হচ্ছে GSAT-7R CMS-03 which launch vehicle was used to launch the GSAT-7R satellite সেটা হচ্ছে LVM-3 launch vehicle Mark 3 okay next the year 2025 marks which anniversary of the Indian-Germany strategic partnership 25th according to a recently published report what is India's global rank in terms of total forest area 9th but according to the largest data from RBI India's gold reserve have exceeded how many billion dollar for the first time $100 billion but according to the recent ICMR study what percent of the patient tested in India were found to be suffering from an infectious disease pathogen 11.1% आमर चैनल जदि भल अच्छे निश्चय भाव आप लाइक से सब्सक्राइब करेंगे आमर सहित पार्टनरशिप कर सनरे लाइब्रेरी जो कि आपण मैंने गले आपन को फुल एसी हॉल मिलूँ फ्री वाईफाई मिलूँ आप चाहूबा ग्रुप सी आरम्भ करके आईएएस लेवल पर्यटन बुक अवेलेबल अच्छी यहाँ लोकेशन कॉन्टाक्ट नंबर 9111000110 कॉन्टाक्ट कर मेंबरशिप जस्ट मैंने 699 स्टार्ट हो ओके नेक्स्ट जदि आपण माने आपनकर अंडर 2/7 रो जति ओडिशा मैप एक्टिंग जाउछन जोथि कि आपण ओएसएससी ओपीएससी ओपीएससी पुलिस एसआई एसएसबी टीजीटी बीडी आईजीटी टीचिंग बैंकिंग एसएससी रेलवे सब जगह एग्जाम पे गोटे मदर बैग जोथि कि आपण को बिग प्राइस टॉपिक मिलु छै ना डबल वैलिडिटी मिलु छै 100% रिफंड आपण को हे जबो जदि आपण को ए प्राइस दे के आपण किनुछन आ जे कोन छोटे एग्जाम लगाले आपण ए प्राइस आपण को रिफंड हो जाउछि ता से अड्डा मीडिया भी अवेलेबल अछि आपण यूज करिवे वाईफाई 954 ओके नेक्स्ट रहला यदि आपण ओसीएस रा मेंस क्लास को यूज कर माने ये करबे चाहछन आंसर राइटिंग बैच ताले आपण को 18 नवंबर तो बैच स्टार्ट होबा माने आसंता काल स्टार्ट होजे तो पसे बाद आपण माने बैच को पे वाईफाई 954 यूज करिवे जदि ओटीटी एंट्रेंस एग्जाम दोजन पेपर 1 के पेपर 2 18 नवंबर में आसंता काल तो क्लास स्टार्ट होची माने फास्ट ट्रैक बैच रे जॉइन करिवे यूज कोड यूज करिवे वाईफाई 95 ओके नेक्स्ट रहला आपण को हाउ मच प्राइज मनी वाज announced by BCCI to the Indian women's cricket team for winning the World Cup 51 crore. Who was the head coach of the 2025 World Cup winning Indian women's cricket team? Amol Majumdar. Next, what is the name of the parent company of the stockbroking firm Grow, whose IPO was launched recently? So, Bilino Brains Grage Venture Limited. Next is what was the India's manufacturing PMI recorded at October 2025 59.2. President Draupadi Murmu praised which state for implementing the Uniform Civil Code UCC in accordance with the spirit of Article 44 of the Constitution. उत्तराखंड एटा ऑलरेडी उत्तराखंड एतला बट एटा कोन करेछन प्रेज करछन कि द्रौपदी मुर्मू नेक्स्ट which wing of the home ministry is responsible for dealing with cyber crime like digital arrest se hochi Indian Cyber Crime Coordination Center I4C okay the SAT 2.0 process has been launched in how many state and union territory covering around 51 crore voters 9 state and 3 union territory मन रखतांतु damn sure OPSC UPSC किमा आपनकर OSSC एग्जाम आसीबो नेक्स्ट एक्सटर्नल अफेयर मिनिस्टर एस जयशंकर मेट द फॉरेन मिनिस्टर के अब्दुल्लातिफ बिन रशीद अल जायनी ऑफ व्हिच गल्फ कंट्री है बहरीन नेक्स्ट Which book will be released in hockey centenary celebration? 100 year of Indian hockey. Which state has been declared India's first extreme poverty-free state? Kerala. Which state has become the first state in India to partner with Elon Musk company Starlink for satellite broadband? Maharashtra. Which roadmap has been recently launched by the Niti Aayog to promote agri-tech innovation? Shiyojani, Regimening Agriculture, a roadmap for frontier technology-led transformation. The Employees Provident Fund Organization EPFO has signed a memorandum of understanding MOU with which bank to provide doorstep life certificate JPC facility for EPS 95 pensioners. Additionally, Indian Post Payment Bank, which famous football legend has recently been honored with the title of Sir David Beckham. Okay. Where will International Conference on Green Hydrogen ICGS 200 be held? New Delhi. Which player has become the number one batsman in the latest ICC Women's ODI ranking? Shivshanti Laura Waldet, South Africa. Next. In the biomanufacturing sector, India ranks third in the Indo-Pacific region. And what is its global ranking? 12th. Among the world's largest rice producers, India supplies rice to how many countries? 172. How many indigenous warship and submarines have Indian shipyard delivered to the Navy from 2014 to 2025? 40. What is the name of the joint NASA-ISRO satellite recently declared operational, which will scan the entire Earth every 12 days? Is Which country has overtaken India in terms of the highest number of universities in the ranking according to the QS World University Ranking Asia 2026? So it's in China. Okay. Which Indian agency was praised by the Financial Action Task Force FATF for its role in asset recovery? Enforcement Director ED. Which National Biodiversity Authority has released the 18.3 lakh rupees to the Biodiversity Management Committee of which state? ଏଟା ହେଉଛି ଉତ୍ତର ପ୍ରଦେଶ and Sikkim. ଏଟା ମନେ ରଖିବେ, ପଢ଼ିବାର ବହୁତ ଚାନ୍ସ ଅଛି. Who has been appointed as the test vice captain for upcoming series against South Africa? Rishabh Pant. ତାପରେ the reserve job work policy being considered by the government is related to special economic zone and gems and jewelry industry. Okay. What is the name of the new survey vessel that was recently formally commissioned into service by the Indian Navy at the Kochi Naval Base? Isak man rakhibaଟା ହେଲା important ପଡ଼ିବ ପରୀକ୍ଷାରେ. The Marathon Expo is being organized by which of the following as part of the preparedness for the Jammu BSF Marathon 2025? এটা ହେଉଛି ବଡ଼ ସିକ୍ୟୁରିଟି ଫୋର୍ସ ଜାମ୍ମୁ ଫ୍ରଣ୍ଟିୟର ହେଡକ୍ୱାର୍ଟର. ତାପରେ ଆସିଲା which Indian cooperative have secured the top 2% as per ICA World Cooperative Monitor 2025 report? ସେ ହେଉଛି Amul ranked first and IFCO ranked second. ତାପରେ ଆସିଲା according to the QS World University Ranking 2026, which Indian institute is ranked top in the country? IIT Delhi. The total port capacity has recently doubled from 1.4 billion metric ton to how many crore metric ton? 276 crore. President Draupadi Murmu is going on a 6-day visit to which country? Which two countries? Which will be the first visit by any Indian head of the state to those countries? Which is Angola or Botswana. What is the name of the two new mobile applications launched for testing phase of the India's first digital census? 2027 ସେଟା ହେଉଛି Digital Layout Map DLM and Census 2027 House List App. Okay, one केटा पढ़िबार damn sure question. Recently, who has created history by becoming the first Indian para athlete to be selected for the able bodies national junior athlete team? So, Sital Devi. One केटा important. Which state became the first in India to approve 1 day of paid menstrual leave per month for all women employee covering both government and private sector? এটা ହେଉଛି କର୍ଣ୍ଣାଟକ। ଏଇଟା ମନେ ରଖିବା ଇମ୍ପୋର୍ଟାଣ୍ଟ। ଓଡ଼ିଶା ଅଲରେଡ଼ି ଛୁଟି ଦେବା ପ୍ରଦାନ କରିଛି, ଇଏ କିନ୍ତୁ ତାଙ୍କର ଏବେ ପେଡ୍ ଦେଉଛନ୍ତି, ପଇସା ଦେଉଛନ୍ତି। ଏଇଟା ମନେ ରଖିଥିବା। ଏଇଟା which stadium has been shortlisted to host the final of the ICC T20 World Cup 2026? The 9-number stadium in Ahmedabad. Okay. What is the name of the new app launched by the Postal Department for services like parcel tracking, receipt and complaining filing? Tax Seva 2.0. In which district of Uttar Pradesh a 65 million year old fossil was discovered, which has been identified as the nasal horn of the Triceratops dinosaur? And also Saharanpur near the Saharanpur river. What are the route of the 4 new Vande Bharat Express train recently inaugurated by the Prime Minister? Banaras to Khajuraho, Lucknow to Saharanpur, Firozpur to Delhi, and Ernakulam to Bengaluru. According to the recent CRISIL report, the price of vegetation thali decreased by how much % in October 2025 as compared to the previous year? 17%. After Kochi, which three cities in Uttar Pradesh are planning water metro services? ସେଟା ହେଉଛି ବାରାଣସୀ, ଅଯୋଧ୍ୟା and ପ୍ରୟାଗରାଜ। ଆପଣ ଯଦି କଣ୍ଟେଣ୍ଟ ଭଲ ଅଛି ନିଶ୍ଚିତ ଭାବେ ଲାଇକ୍ ସବସ୍କ୍ରାଇବ୍ କରନ୍ତୁ। ଆମ ସହିତ ଆସୋସିଏଟ୍ ଅଛନ୍ତି ସନରାଇଜ୍ ଲାଇବ୍ରେରୀ, ଯେଉଁଟାକି ଆପଣ ଯଦି ଭୁବନେଶ୍ୱର ରହୁଛନ୍ତି ଆପଣମାନଙ୍କ ପାଇଁ ଗୋଟେ ୱାନ୍ ଷ୍ଟପ୍ ସଲ୍ୟୁସନ୍ ହେଇପାରେ। ଲୋକେସନ୍ ମୁଁ ଏଠି ମେନସନ୍ କରିଦେଇଛି। ଆପଣ କଣ୍ଟାକ୍ଟ ନମ୍ବର 9114000110 କଣ୍ଟାକ୍ଟ କରିବେ। ଆପଣଙ୍କୁ ଅଫର୍ କରାଯାଉଛି ଗୋଟେ ଭଲ ଏସି ହଲ୍, ଗୋଟେ ଫ୍ରି ୱାଇଫାଇ ଏଠି ଆଭେଲେବଲ୍ ଅଛି। ତା ସହିତ ଆପଣଙ୍କୁ ଗ୍ରୁପ୍ ସି ଆରମ୍ଭ କରି ISOS ଲେଭେଲ୍ ପର୍ଯ୍ୟନ୍ତ ସବୁ ବୁକ୍ସ ଆଭେଲେବଲ୍ ଅଛି। ଓକେ, ନେକ୍ସଟ ଆସିଲା ଆପଣଙ୍କର, ଯଦି ଆପଣ OPSC OSSC 2026 ପାଇଁ ଆପଣ 0 to Hero ନେବା ଚାହୁଁଛନ୍ତି କିମ୍ବା 1200 ସ୍ମାର୍ଟ ପ୍ରାକ୍ଟିସ୍ କୋଶ୍ଚିନ୍ ନେବା ପାଇଁ ଚାହୁଁଛନ୍ତି, ତାହେଲେ ଏଠି ଦୁଇଟା QR କୋଡ଼୍ ଅଛି, ଆପଣ ସ୍କାନ୍ କରିପାରିବେ। ଆଉ ଯଦି ଆପଣଙ୍କୁ OSSC ଓ SSSCର ଯଦି ଆପଣମାନଙ୍କୁ ଇ-ବୁକ୍ ଦରକାର, ତାହେଲେ ଆପଣମାନେ ଡିଟେଲ୍ସ ପଢ଼ିକି ଆପଣମାନେ QR କୋଡ଼୍ ସ୍କାନ୍ ନେଇପାରିବେ। ଯଦି କିଛି ଅସୁବିଧା ହେଉଛି ନିଶ୍ଚିତ ଭାବରେ ଆପଣମାନେ ଏଇ ଯେଉଁ ଭିଡ଼ିଓ ଚାଲିଛି ତା ତଳେ ଗୋଟେ କମେଣ୍ଟ ସେକ୍ସନ୍ ଅଛି, ସେଠି ଆପଣ କ୍ଲିକ୍ କରିବେ, ସବୁ ଯାକ ଇ-ବୁକ୍ ଆପଣଙ୍କ ପାଇଁ ଓପନ୍ ହେଇଯିବ, ସେଟା ଆପଣ ଦେଖିପାରିବେ ଡିଟେଲ୍ସ କ'ଣ କ'ଣ ଅଛି। ଓକେ, ଆଉ ଯଦି କିଛି ଅସୁବିଧା ଅଛି 9937193111 ହ୍ୱାଟ୍ସଆପ୍ କରିପାରିବେ, ମୁଁ ଆପଣଙ୍କୁ ଗାଇଡ଼ ଇସ୍ୟୁ କରିବି। ଓକେ, ଆଜିର କଣ୍ଟେଣ୍ଟ ଏତିକି। ଅପକମିଂ ଆମେ କାଲି ଗୋଟେ ବୁକ୍ଅପ୍ କ୍ଲାସ୍ ଆସିବ। ନେକ୍ସଟ ଗୋଟେ କ'ଣ କ୍ଲାସ୍ ରହୁଛି ହେଲା, ସେଇଟା ଷ୍ଟାର୍ଟ ହେଲା ପରେ ଆପଣ 20ରୁ ଷ୍ଟାର୍ଟ ହେଇଯିବ ଆପଣଙ୍କର ନୂଆ ଆରିଆନ୍ ସିରିଜ୍। ଓକେ, ଥ୍ୟାଙ୍କ ୟୁ ସୋ ମଚ୍। ଲାଇକ୍ ସବସ୍କ୍ରାଇବ୍ ନିଶ୍ଚିତ କରିବେ।